Hi everyone, Sandy Durre, Triple Diamond, and today I wanted to take some time to talk to you about the 9 different key principles to approaching a prospect. Today I'm going to go over one, so we're going to have 8 videos that follow this, but the first one is called Find a Need and Fill That Need. And try to picture yourself as your prospect being your target, and you are, the benefits of your opportunity are the arrows. And you then need to take your arrows and present and try to hit the bullseye because you want to find that perfect need for somebody. But let's do this blindfolded. Imagine yourself blindfolded and you start shooting off your arrow any which way, not really knowing where it's going, and 9 times out of 10 you're going to miss your target. And you're going to think to yourself, wow, this is really a big waste of time. So this is the one thing you need to think about. You know, you've got to really get to know your prospects and find their need, because you really need to spend about 80% of your time learning about your prospects' ambitions, their expectations, their experiences, their personality, the circumstances that surround them, and their priorities. You've got to understand who you're talking to in order to know how to go forward with the conversation with them. You do not want to waste your time or their time shooting blank arrows out into the middle of nowhere, never really hitting that direct target. You've got to learn who they are and apply their interests, their needs, and their wants, so that way then that 20% of your time is spent talking with them. You're going to be hitting the right target. You're going to find that right need, and if you can do that, then you're going to have somebody that's going to be a perfect fit. But how are you going to know that if you're shooting darts randomly and not really knowing what your target is? So make sure that you take the time to reach out to those people. Find out, like I said, take the time, spend 80% of your time finding out and learning about your prospect. Find out what their want, need, and hate is. And if you can do that, then you're going to have a much better chance of sealing the deal with them. So that's my thing. Key principle number 1 is find a need and fill a need. Their hate, want, and need. So good luck.